Field guide candy.
Oh, I don't have field guide. I feel like Mexico. Tell me when we
Now
start.
just an important reminder of the rules. Please remain seated on your bottoms at all times. And please keep your hands in the wagon. Now we are actually approaching a dinosaur right now. It is the big, the mighty pink flamingos, everybody. Now can anybody tell me why flamingos are pink? Yes, it is because of what they eat. They do eat shrimp and krill. Now I know what you guys might be thinking, but paleontologists can agree that dinosaurs went extinct about 65 million years ago, and the ones that didn't actually evolved into birds. And right now we are passing our birds of prey where we could see some bald eagles, some owls, as well as some condors and vultures.
आशु अभी समझ लो फ्रीडा ही है आशु नहीं फ्रीडा ही है
And I can see a group of Deinonychus pursuing a Tenontosaurus. Paleontologists believe that small dinosaurs like the Deinonychus would hunt in groups after larger dinosaurs like the Tenontosaurus. Fun fact, these fossils were found in the United States. Now coming up on the right from Madagascar is a mighty Majungasaurus. And he seems very happy. He is not alone. Up on the left is a group of Majungasaurs who have found Amorphetosaurus to scavenge on. Like Komodo dragons today, paleontologists believe that Majungasaurs took a bite of each other's heads while scavenging on their prey. Standing at about 50 feet tall, these groups of dinosaurs are one of the largest to live. And paleontologists believe today that they may have not always walked with their necks upright, but when they did, it was to reach out for food. Can anybody think of... Now speaking of attracting mates, going really fast. Speaking of attracting mates, up on the left are two Cosmoceratops. And on the right are some bird-like Troodon lurking for some Myosaur eggs to feast on. Paleontologists believe that Myosaurs came together to raise their young in nesting colonies, and unlike most birds today with open nests, these guys had closed mouths of rotten plant material. This kind of reminds me of flamingos and how they also lay their eggs. Now I can hear a herd of Pentaceratops. Now you guys might think that these are the Triceratops. They are not. Although they are related to them, these guys have 5 horns instead of 3. And if you look closely, you'll see a little baby who has not yet developed any horns. Now these next 3 dinosaurs were all found in China. Up on the left is a Shunnosaurus. Standing at about 35 feet long on the right is the Dinosaurus. And coming up over our heads at about 2 school buses long is the Oneosaurus. This all reminds me of African plains and how giraffes, gazelles, and zebras all come together to eat different plants. To each other. Paleontologists believe that these crests on their heads were used to amplify their calls in long, low notes like elephants and whales. They may have also been used to defend themselves and possibly even attract. It might be your lucky day because I can see a battle of the titans between 2 male Tyrannosaurus rex fighting for dominance, kind of like gorillas do today. Now let's face it, gorillas didn't always get along, we didn't always get along, and ancient dinosaurs definitely did not always get along. Fossil evidence shows bite marks on their heads, indicating that they may have walked in groups and possibly fought during courtship. towards the watering hole. Up on the right, we have an armored torquilla with its unique defensive tail. And on the left are two ostrich-like gallimimus, also making their way towards the watering hole. And I can also see two pterosaurs perched up on rocks. Now, did you guys know that they actually were not dinosaurs? They were prehistoric flying reptiles. Now, speaking of attracting mates, going really fast. Speaking of attracting mates, up on the left are two cosmoceratops. And on the right are some bird-like Troodon lurking for some Myosaur eggs to feast on. Paleontologists believe that Myosaurs came together to raise their young in nesting colonies, and unlike most birds today with open nests, these guys had closed mouths of rotten plant material. This kind of reminds me of flamingos and how they also lay their eggs. And now, watering holes weren't always harmonious, as evidence shows injuries and a violent encounter between the Allosaurus and the Stegosaurus. This reminds me of tigers and how they also ambush their prey into the watering hole. Like crocodiles and gharials today, these guys would hunt for fish on bottoms of rivers and swamps. Although they weren't the greatest meat-eating dinosaur, they did have one of the longest bodies from head to tail. Now, what do we think about the ancient lives of dinosaurs? It seems to me that they are more like modern animals than one could have ever imagined. Dr. Vicky, they have made it back.